The Gentleman's Sweep Show, where nothing gets swept under the rug. Fun Radio Monday.
Hey.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on? Welcome to the Gentleman's Sweep Show.
The Gentleman's Sweep Show.
I'm Jay Russ, and this is
Marcus Wigglesworth.
Y'all already know. Listen, we got a great show in store for y'all today. We are talking about
That's Just My Baby Daddy.
No, you can't say it like that. You got to say it. That's just my baby daddy.
That's
so we're
just my
talking
baby
about
daddy.
right now the difference between, a father and a sperm donor. So
That's right.
We're talking about, some real issues right now. It's a difficult thing. We have some people out here that, they have kids, but they're not really doing what they need to do, all in all, for their kids. But, one thing that we definitely could talk about, and when we're going to touch bases on the show and being real, is that a lot of times, even if you didn't do things right, as long as your children are still living, you got an opportunity to get things right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's right.
it's never too late.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
And it's not always about money.
Hey, don't say that to the women out there. It's always about money.
Well, you got to do your part, but it's not always about
You
the
got to do your part. Sometimes it's just time and things like that. We got to get it together. But
That's right.
It's going to be a great show. How about y'all weekend? We had Thanksgiving last week. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I hope you did. I did.
Hey, what about you, Smoke?
I had a blessed
Hey.
Thanksgiving. Blessed.
I had a blessed weekend. DJ Smoke's in the building. Hey, Smoke, what'd you do for Thanksgiving?
Man, just chill with the family, had a good everything. When I say everything, this is as long as your family's with you.
Yeah.
It don't need to be your extended family.
Okay.
Really, as long as your kids is with you, that's what I really own.
Listen, I had
You know what I'm saying? That's what the talking about, right?
boom. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I had a Thanksgiving. I went over my cousin Cortez's house, and we have a crazy family. You know what I mean? He has an aunt. Her name is Aunt Janet. She is a turnip queen. You know what I mean? She about 60-some years old, but she still turned up. You know what I'm saying? She gave me that nudge, and she gave me that look. She said, "My arthritis is kicking in. You got some medicine?" I said, "Aunt Jane, get the hell out of my face." I knew what she was talking. Get the hell out of my face. Gee, you better ask Jesus to touch you. You know what I'm saying? She wanted John to touch her. She wanted that reefer to take her to the next level. Aunt Jane, get out of my face with that craziness. You know what I mean?
Did you cook, Jay? You cook
Nah,
anything?
I do not cook, man. What's wrong
Did you
with
bring anything?
Nah, I didn't. I brought myself in these jokes.
Did you cook?
Hey, look.
Listen.
Hey, look, man. I fried up 2 bomb turkeys.
Oh, you
man,
fried a
you
turkey?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
They got some leftovers. We're going to
What?
holler at
Man,
you,
I've
man.
been eating them since.
No, that's the
You know what I'm
problem.
saying?
Leftovers aren't good, but for like 2 or 3 days, man. And after that, you
I'm still on
you
leftovers.
Get tired.
I'm
I
still
know I'm
eating
tired of the
leftovers.
leftovers,
Hey,
man.
my stomach is fortified because I've been eating them ever since.
I
bro.
can't do no more leftovers, man. It's crazy, but yeah, Thanksgiving was real cool. It was a real cool time. The best thing that I like doing with my folks and my family is we just joan on each other. Man, that's the only thing that we do, right? But I kind of felt bad because, when you ain't see people in a long time,
Right.
you don't know what's going on. So one of my cousins was there, man, and I was getting on him hard, man, because he wasn't doing nothing but standing still looking at people and looking crazy, right? I didn't know he went through a nervous breakdown. So, listen. So I'm joning on this young and I'm getting on him like everybody laughing, but they not really laughing because they know what's going on with him. So it's like I'm like now the big bully because I'm picking on somebody that really can't fight for himself. And when he went outside, he was standing outside. I kid you not, he was standing outside with a bottle of Moscato. We from the hood. That's the only wine we drink. Pink Moscato or something. He was standing outside with a bottle. And he was drinking, but there was nothing in the bottle. So he had nothing in there. It was cold as hell outside,
You
right?
was about to get got by your folks, man.
Listen, so we was just really, and when he went outside, that's when my cousin said, "Yo, he had a nervous breakdown." And my aunt don't got no chill. My aunt was like, "Yeah, because this girl was cheering on him, and she was doing everybody in the neighborhood. She was going." I said, "Aunt Jay, you can't tell that man business like that." But she said it with no chill, like it was kids around, everybody around. That's my family, man.
She probably told him several times to leave her.
No,
leave her alone.
she probably told him, leave him alone. My aunt, she probably give advice like, get you some more pussy or something like that. I mean, I don't mean to talk like that, but that's how
Right.
my aunt is.
But that's what
like,
it
she's
is.
straight up real, you know what I mean? She's straight up Minnesota Ave, Southeast all her life. That's how she is. So it's crazy, man.
Wow.
What's been going on in the news, man?
Man, let me tell you. I have been all I can hear every day is this sexual assault thing, man.
Man.
Everybody
That's
is
what they
getting
talking about.
accused
Right.
of touching somebody,
Listen.
looking at somebody wrong. You can't even walk up to a lady now and just kind of brush up against her by accident, and you're accused of sexual assault. Now let me tell you, I take it very serious because I have 2 daughters.
You got to.
You know,
You
take
got
it very
to.
serious.
You got to.
But damn.
Yeah,
Everybody.
I mean, I'm with you.
Hey, listen,
Trust me.
real talk. When I walk in crowds and I walk by people, I really put my hands up and I just say hands up coming through, or I put my hands behind my back. You know, real talk. Because when I was young, I was a pervert. I used to put my hands in my pocket and grab
And
girls'
grab
butts.
ass.
Put my hands in my pocket. You know,
Find out you a grab
you
ass.
can't do
You're
that,
an
though.
ass grabber.
You can't do that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 to 10.
I
you know what
grab
mean?
her ass for $1. You was doing
can't-
that?
I
You was
won't
doing
touch
that?
nobody.
I
will
think
not.
you was doing that.
I will not touch
Right,
nobody.
right.
No, but I mean, but to really be in this sexual harassment type of thing, you got to really come from a position of power. So they got all these powerful
Yes.
men that has something to offer these women. And the only problem that I have is this, you know what I mean? I understand the Bill Cosby thing. I understand some of the things that's out there. What I don't understand is I don't understand if you personally took a bribe or if you personally took money or these people are allowed to help you out with their career, with your career, and then now after you done blown up, you coming back a couple years later, you know, calling foul. Like, if you took that money, you took that money. That's hush money. You need to hush
it
up.
there, leave it right there.
You know,
what I'm
you
saying?
say thank you. You know,
Right,
he put
right.
you on. You good now. You know what I mean? So I don't get it.
But
I
you
don't
know,
get it.
it's funny. I can't help but to wonder how much of it is actually legitimate complaints. Because, you know, it's all
100%,
politics.
man.
man,
100,
you know?
man. All that stuff happened, man.
Yeah,
it just,
yeah,
it
that's
just,
true.
you know how they say he got a story, she got a story, and somewhere in the middle,
There's the
it
truth.
is the truth.
Yeah. yeah.
He got a story, she got a story, and her story's the truth.
But you know, there's a lot of old perverts
Listen.
in politics and in power, man.
Yeah.
We know that.
And
so,
and there's a lot of ladies that are opportunists that
Yes.
will be able to take that opportunity to shine. I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
If it's an opportunity for you to blow up and you've been struggling, and now it's an opportunity for you to eat, you
This
know,
is true.
will you take it?
what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
We'll take it. But listen, that's some crazy thing that's going on. They had to Miss America or Miss World pageant. They brought your man Steve Harvey back. He didn't announce the wrong person this time. So good job. Shout out to Steve.
Shout
He's
out
still
to
getting
Steve.
checks. Steve Harvey got more jobs than any. He is getting checks.
No,
What that boy
So
Jamaican,
he's getting
man.
checks.
Really-
He's
he's
back.
really getting the bag.
He's getting
He's
checks.
getting
He's getting
paid.
checks.
Yeah.
And he got a lot of kids.
Yeah, he
We're going to talk about all of Steve Harvey's kids. We're going to talk about all my kids. We're going to talk about Smoke's daughter. We're going to talk about Mark's kids. We're really going to talk about things from a man's perspective. And we
Yeah.
got some exciting things coming your way. So I tell you what, Smoke, go ahead and take us in this little break. You know, play some music for him. We'll be right back. Give us a minute. This is the Gentleman Sweep Show. Holla at you in a second. Fun Radio is back.
Motherfucker, speaker too loud. Let's just stand right here. I want to talk to you for a minute. I want to talk to you. Alright, I'ma get right to it. Try to play it all by Jack, can't do it. I'm in love with you. Yeah, I like you a lot. Feel that vibe, yeah, I feel that spark. You can have my time, you can have my heart. Yeah, you need a ride, you can have my car. I'ma drop my pride, I don't care what it costs. Yeah, you look good, girl, let's get lost. All of my girls ain't nothing like you. Yeah, I'm with my girl, you still come through. You can be my boo, all eyes on you. If you want my girl, you can have her too. Yeah. I'm about to sing something for you right now. Yeah, I be singing. Yeah, I'm about to sing something for you right now. Pretty soul, you looking beautiful. Look like a pretty rose. I like your pretty soul.
Look like a pretty little. Hey, Smoke, that was the little, what is that, a DC artist? Who was that?
Yeah,
was
man,
hot.
that's a DC artist, man. His name actually is Artist.
Artist?
And
Okay.
the name of that song is Pretty Soul. Check out his mixtape. You know, that's my boy. That's my homie.
Okay.
He's hot. And he live in VA, but he's hot. So check
Hey,
him out.
listen.
Artist.
Oh, wait. So you trying to say people that live in VA not hot?
Listen, it's the
No,
D-
I'm saying.
It's the DM. There's
He
the
live in
DM.
VA,
There's
but
no
he-
V. You know.
He live in VA, but he's hot.
Hey, listen, I got a real question for y'all. With the DMV, how far does the V go down? Like, how far does Virginia go down?
Well,
where does it
He's
stop?
from Richmond.
So I don't know.
That's a little.
That's a little
Oh.
bastard, right?
I don't know. I think the DMV probably should stop like around.
Vienna.
Nah,
Christmas
Vienna's too
City.
fucking.
I said
Christmas City.
right. Alexandria.
Alexandria.
Man. Right?
Nah.
It should just stop
It
right
should just
there.
stop.
As far as the DMV is concerned.
You're not even part of the V no more. If you're
Right.
you're
No.
not Northern Virginia, I don't think that's really part of
Right,
the V. If
right.
it
So
take,
Alexandria.
no, you got to
Stop
go
right
for
there.
man. You can probably go to Dale City. You know what I
Dale
mean?
City?
That's
Okay,
like
Woodbridge.
hold up.
not Woodbridge is Dale
I got
City.
it. I
What is
got
it?
it. the multiplex. Down Route 1.
Route 1.
Fairfax County, baby.
That's it.
Yes,
At
the multiplex theater. Y'all remember that?
You know, so they got to get their own name. They got to be V whatever. They got to get their own name.
Right. That's right.
Listen, we hating on it right now, so we might as well just go ahead and go into it. Give me my music, Smoke. Oh, it's time. You know what time it is? Oh, we about to hate on something. Oh, Chili. Yeah, we about to hate on. I don't need no. Let's go first. Listen, I need this camera real quick for a second.
Go ahead. It's all
I need
yours,
all your
baby.
Facebook people. I need
Right
this
here.
camera. I need everybody looking at all two people. Hey, listen. I need to talk to y'all, all right? What I'm hating on is I'm hating on single women.
Oh, Lord.
Look, I'm not really hating on single women being single.
Okay.
I'm hating on single women that are single that's acting like they happy being single.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hating on, right? Because
They faking.
They faking.
Yeah, they really faking.
Like they happy being. I'm so single. I don't need no man.
I don't need no
I'm so
man.
happy.
Right.
Listen, let's be serious for a second, right? Nobody likes being by themselves. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
We all understand in life there's an opportunity where we maybe need to cleanse ourselves of some toxic, or we need to get our lives in perspective, and maybe that's a time where you might want to chill by yourself, or
Right.
you might want to do things. But the only person in life that likes being single is a whore. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking from a whore's perspective. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
God done saved me, but I still got some whoreisms inside of me. So let me be real with you. Nobody enjoys being single, but those people that really want the options to be able to do whatever it is they want to do, whenever it is they want to do it. But let me talk to these people, and let me tell you guys why you're single. The reason why you're single is this. It's your fault.
It's
you
your
picked
fault.
the wrong men. You know, right? Let's talk about it. Single women out there, they're picking men like me. I'm not a good person to pick. I tell people from the jump, I'm not about nothing. I've never been about nothing. I'm never going to be about anything. If you want to have fun, if you want to have a thrill, then you hit up with me. But if you want to have a life with somebody, you go for a man named Mark. You know what I'm saying? Now, Mark is a great guy. He's handsome. He ain't as debonair as me.
I
But he's
swag
handsome.
like you got.
No, it's just a college joke. Underneath all this, I'm still the same. But what I'm simply saying is you choose the wrong men. This is what happens, Smoke. This is what happens. Women, they go for the exciting man. They go for the man that's exciting to turn up. He's thrilled. He's cool to be with, because let's be honest, the nice guy is boring. You want to know when the nice guy gets interesting? The nice guy gets interesting when you've been crapped on by people like me. Let's be real. When people like me has been crapped on, you be like, I ain't messing with no more niggas. I'm just done. Then the nice guy gets attractive, because it's either the nice guy or you switch teams. That's the choices that you have. You know what I mean?
Nice guy always finish last.
The last guy always ends up with the girl, but he ends up with the damaged girl. That's what happens. He ends up with the girl that's damaged.
And
so I'm going to
crazy.
tell you something. I'm going to help you guys out
deranged.
and deranged, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to help y'all single women out. Won't you be real and be real with yourself? Say, I want a man, but I want a good man. And what you do is you hold out until you find that good man. The problem is you guys don't have no type of screening process. Screening process says if I'm the queen that you say you are, I ain't say you was a queen. You say you was a queen. So if you say you was a queen, then you should be having some royalty type dudes come your way. If the jesters, junkin' funny, having fun man coming to entertain you for a minute, then y'all gotta let people like me go, and y'all need to have more success with the boring guy, because I tell you what, the boring guy, or so-called boring guy, he ain't really that boring.
He ain't that boy.
He ain't that boring. He gets it in. But he gets it in a different type of environment. Maybe he waits till he gets home to turn up or whatever. But the boring guy's not really that boring. You just got to give him a chance. So cut all the single, I'm happy to be by myself talk, because we know that's lies. Stop dealing with people like me. Start dealing with people like Marcus and Smoke. And y'all gonna be happy. You know, Smoke, you got a girl? Don't say it, Smoke. Don't say you in a committed relationship if you do. Don't say it, Smoke.
I'm still waiting on the auction.
Hey, we got to get that
still waiting
auction
on
in.
the auction, yeah.
Man, that's my hate on me hater. Single women, stop faking. Who you got?
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to jump on that bandwagon. I'm going to hate on tall women.
Oh!
I'm going to hate on tall
Tall
women.
glasses of water, yes.
That's right.
How
You
tall?
know why I'm
How tall?
I'm going to talk about those. I'm going to talk about 5'9" plus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Long legs?
You know what I'm saying? Long legs
Woo!
with the heels. You know when they put the stilettos on?
Right.
And them
6
things
and
real
9. I'm
tall.
6'3",
And
so
look,
we good.
So why you got?
No,
why you
I'm
got-
looking
why
at
you
him.
got-
Why you hate on him? I'm looking at
Hey,
him.
with short guys like us, we
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. So I had a little African friend. My boy. We went to a club, and he was telling his girl. She told him that he was too short.
Yes.
So he said, and y'all keep this because this is good shit right here.
Talk to him, Mark.
He said, the smallest monkey can climb the tallest tree.
The smallest
So
monkey
all y'all
can
tall
climb the
ladies,
tallest
to
tree.
include my cousin,
Listen.
Fiona, I'm
Yeah.
putting you on blast.
Stop playing with
You know what I'm
people.
saying? Because she
Bye.
tall, right?
She
but
tall.
that's okay.
How
So
tall is she?
Huh? She tall. She
look like?
she like 5. My cousin fine, man. I got 5.
Hey.
Oh damn. Here we go. So listen. Oh damn. So listen. All you tall women, don't knock out the short dudes. Because we right here. We got a little something for you. And I don't mean little, all right?
Hey, listen,
Bet.
I don't know what they do, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? The only problem when they dating small dudes is not the fact that y'all look crazy when you're out.
Huh?
Y'all look crazy because if she tall and you small, you don't even look
Big-
like you protecting her. She got to switch her shoes to just accommodate you.
Right. Hey,
Come
but
on,
you know
man.
what?
Y'all do
But
be
look.
great. That's
Hey, man.
6'3" and above.
No.
Hell no.
Nah.
So
Listen,
you know
hey,
I'm
Smoke,
gonna get on his side
Smoke.
on that one. You know,
And, hey,
no.
Smoke, I'm not even gonna read
I
what
am
my cousin.
5'9".
I'm 5'9",
What she say?
baby.
What she say?
I ain't gonna read what she said because I'm sure she
Yeah,
probably
what she
said
said?
something.
Let's see
what
Nope.
she said.
Let's
Where
see
she
what
at?
somebody-
She probably said something. I'm gonna have
You
to
know what?
scroll down.
Hey, look, let's do this
Let's
real.
talk to the audience.
Let's talk to the
Huh?
audience. So we're going to let the
never did that.
We're going to let the
always
audience
talk to each other.
We're gonna
What
let
do
the audience talk.
think?
I
All
got
right.
you. So let me go. I tell you what. We're gonna poll your audience. We want to hear what y'all think, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this next segment. We're gonna bring back what they think about the small dudes.
bet.
All right?
No,
So,
why we got small, man?
I'm sorry.
Why you gotta say small?
Little people. What you wanted
so
to
now
call?
I say we Oompa Loompas?
Hey, I tell y'all what. Y'all already know what time it
Yeah,
is.
right,
Y'all know
Smoke.
I looked everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, all the social medias, and it's time for that. You posted it.
You posted
so
it,
I'm just
baby.
gonna let y'all know what I seen this week. I'm not going that hard. I'm not going that hard this week. I'm chilling. It was some good things out there this week. Maybe it was Thanksgiving. I don't know. First thing up, you posted it. My man say your homies tell you to throw the whole B away and be waiting by the garbage. So I tell you what, stop listening to your homies. When your homies and your friends be telling y'all leave that dude or leave that girl alone, they want your people. So chill out with that.
He waiting right outside.
He waiting
to
right
go
there
get
for
it.
your people.
Right.
Hey,
He's
next
clean
one.
up man.
Clean up man, next one. Listen, this is a news story that was posted. It said rapper killed by a pastor. Let me tell y'all something. My man Cameron is alive. Slow it down. He's alive. This is fake news. What happened was Mace, who is a preacher right now, had a smack back track. And they saying he smacked the hell out of Cameron and murdered Cameron. Hey, listen, don't have no pink tears or no pink scarves or whatever. Cameron is still alive. He just got murdered in Jesus' name.
Do y'all
My
agree?
pastor.
Do y'all agree? Did
By
y'all hear?
I ain't even hear it.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He,
I'm about to
nah,
check
he
that one
murdered
out.
that.
He murdered it?
After 20 years of somebody who haven't
Listen,
been in the game.
you can still rap. If you can always rap, you
What?
can still rap.
Yeah, he killed
Okay, we're
Let's
gonna
go
have
to
check
the
that
next
out.
one real quick. Listen, it say, damn, ma, you need to stop messing with these broke boys and let me fly you in. This is how I be feeling that people on Facebook that be talking trash on the other end. Y'all need to stop falling in love with these people on the internet, not knowing what their
Right.
situations be like or what's going on. Y'all falling in love with fairy tales.
Talking about he wear Prada cologne.
He got that YLV on. Look
Right.
at him. He got a trash bag. But listen, he got a Dell. That ain't even a Mac computer. Talking about let me fly you in. Fly you in where? Where y'all staying at?
Come to that crib. He got
Hey,
come to his crib.
he
Right,
got
right.
You gonna come to
man,
my crib.
go to the next one.
Right,
That's crazy right there. Listen,
What
it said
the
girls who always
hell?
brag about not having weaves. That's what their hair look like. So all them natural girls out there, they be having say natural hair. That's what their hair look like.
See,
that's
that's-
crazy.
That's a knot on the head waiting to happen.
No,
man.
that's a dude, man.
I know.
What's a
He
dude?
gets tapped on the shoulder by another dude when he turned around to see that beard and
Wha-
mustache.
what a-
liable to get busted in the head.
What a perm. Let's go to the next one real quick.
That's crazy.
I just want to talk about this picture right here. And this was the dopest picture that I seen, right? This is a picture of a man that's kissing a woman, right? They're getting married. But at the back of the woman's head is a woman that's crying. And the thing that I liked about this post was
a woman or a
this,
dude?
that was a woman crying. But
Yeah,
the
I
thing
thought it
about
was
it,
a dude.
it's left up for your own interpretation. Your own interpretation is how do you see this picture? And it has some of the dopest perspectives on it. And one of my man said the thing that you need to understand is that sometimes when two people are happy, there's always somewhere else out there that's destroyed. It's always someone else out there that's not as happy for you for being happy. Maybe it's an ex. Maybe it's somebody else that wanted you, or maybe somebody that you
Yeah.
hurt.
I
But
can
there's
see that.
always
I can
somebody
see
else that's carrying pain behind you. So you being happy doesn't mean the whole world is happy for you. So that was a dope picture, and it was left up to different interpretation. It was probably like 200 people that commented on it, and everybody had their own interpretations, but I thought that was...
What was the majority of it?
Majority was just saying that's a woman happy. Some people said that's a man looking at his daughter happy. Some people saying some of the foolish things. But, I mean, it was left up to interpretation, so it is what you say. There's no wrong and right answers. It's just dumb responses and smart ones. Okay. Hey, I'm just playing. Listen, we about to go take a commercial. Y'all understand what we talking about? That's Just My Baby's Daddy. We're going to have y'all look at something real fun. We'll be back in a second. Gentlemen's Sweep Show. Fun Radio is back.
Yes, sir.
Want to talk to your son? Yes, of course I do.
Daddy? Dad?
Sean. Oh, son.
I want to listen.
That's enough. No, put him back on. I want to talk to him. You just did.
No. You listen. Real good. You got one more chance to pay up.
Well, you're never going to talk to him again. No more fucking around. This is it, right now. What's it going to be? No. Bullshit. You're not gonna touch him. You can't be that stupid. Do you have any idea the rain of shit I can put on you? Look at your wife.
Look at her face, motherfucker. Do you know what I can do to your boy?
Is it dark where you're calling from? You got the shades drawn? Kind of like a cellar, right? Like a cave? Well, you better get used to that. You better get used to crawling in the dark for the rest of your days, because I am gonna get the best group of manhunters in this country, and I am gonna dedicate my life to tracking you down. Hey, get your head out of your ass! You think you can threaten me, huh? Who do you think you're dealing with? Give me the money! Fuck you and your $2 million. Don't you understand English, you useless piece of shit? No money, none! Let me tell you something. You think you're suffering right now? Huh? You got no idea what suffering is. If I don't get the cash, in 1 hour, this kid is dead! I don't get my son back, and I mean real soon. You better kill yourself. Because when I catch up with you, I'm gonna take my goddamn time. By the time we're finished, you're gonna wish you weren't born! I'll have your head on a fucking pike, you understand me? Fuck you! I'll fucking kill him right now! I wanna talk! You kill him! You kill yourself, you motherfucker! Give me back my son! Hello! You want him? Yes! You want him?
Daddy!
Oh, jeez.
Hey, yo, where that monkey come from? I saw the movie. That monkey wasn't in the
That
movie.
monkey wasn't in the picture, but it was funny.
It was funny as hell. You know what I mean?
But Mel Gibson was bad in that joint.
Give me back my son.
Really?
He wasn't
Really?
playing, man.
Really?
He
He was
wasn't
bad.
playing.
Really?
He wasn't
I
playing.
love that movie.
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling
I
that.
love
Real
that.
talk.
Hey, listen,
really
y'all
do.
know what time it is. It's time for Marcus, who is the responsible person on this show, to give some feedback. So we got a segment called Marcus Darling. It's something different this week, so we got people that hit in. This time is a dude. So, you know,
Yeah.
we normally read females. Let's go ahead and give it a gentleman's sweep. Let's get a male perspective. I'm going to read you the thing. Marcus,
Okay.
give some feedback.
I'm gonna give you my feedback.
If you don't
Let's do
mind,
it.
I'm going to give you mine, too.
Oh,
But
Lord.
I'm gonna hey, listen.
We're gonna let Jay
I'm
give
gonna
it
give a
too.
disclaimer first after
Okay,
mine.
all right.
This is a situation. It says, "Dear Marcus, darling."
Yes, sir.
He ain't say there was a dude.
Nah.
He says, "I'm a 30-year-old man that's been in a committed relationship for quite some time.
Okay.
I've never been unfaithful I've never been faithful, until I met the woman that I'm with, and we've been together for a couple of years.
Okay.
Just a few months ago, things hit a wall for us. Our chemistry is somewhat gone, and the time that we used to spend growing together and getting closer is now spent arguing and fighting. There's a young lady in one of the buildings, office buildings where I work, and we are doing a little innocent flirting right now. However, I do get excited when I bump into her every now and then. I'm really trying my best to kind of work things out with my girl. But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't tempted by this other girl in the office. Marcus, I need you to keep it 100 with me. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? I need help before I either miss out on a perfect opportunity or keep fighting for a dead situation. Signed, Dangerously Flirting. Hey!
Okay.
Tell
All
me,
right.
Mark, what
So,
would you do?
You know what? Real talk, man. Real talk.
Uh-huh.
You got to finish what you start. You know what I'm saying? Finish what you start, because I don't know about you, but the way I am, I can't handle two at one time because it's too much drama.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
you
I-
can't.
No, put it this way. I don't want to.
Okay,
all right?
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. So
Okay.
you got to finish what you start, man, because also by dealing with that chick that you're dealing with or talking to or flirting with
Mm-hmm.
at work, that could be causing you to be blind to what's really going on in your relationship.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? So I would slow that down, cut that off, or in what you got at the house. Does he live with her?
Yeah, he lives with his girl.
Oh yeah, Slim.
So what's
That
the
can make
what's
things
the,
real
what's the
bad.
deal with the girl he flirting with? What's her situation?
We don't know her situation. He ain't talk about it, but he obviously is not concerned.
And he's digging her.
About
I mean, I wouldn't be
situation.
concerned if I was in that situation he in.
Yeah.
Why would you be concerned?
Your man is my man.
Yeah,
My
you know,
man is
right,
your
right.
man.
You know,
Listen.
but he need to end that. He need to end what he got going
okay,
on
can
now.
I say something?
All right.
I don't
Here
even
we go.
need. I don't
Strap
even
up.
need a WLVS station disclaimer for this one. All right, because I'm not flying off the deep end. I believe you're right. I believe you're right. Now, since Jesus done saved my soul, I see things a lot differently.
Right,
And
right.
this is what I see. I see that he does owe the person he's been with some type of obligation to the point where he can be honest with her. If the situation is not working out, he should let her know. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Because what happens is when you deal with one situation before ending another situation, right now you're going to have now two people in confusion. And that's what the situation is going to be. It's going to be a bunch of confusion. And at the end, I got this fortune cookie one time, and it really summed things up. It said the man that chases two chickens ends up with none in the end. So if you running around and you chasing after two women, at the end of the day, you really gonna end up with nobody.
Why they gotta be chicken?
That's just the Chinese
Hey,
people.
chicken
They
head.
could have said, no, let me stop. Hey, listen. So my advice to my mans is pretty much have a conversation with your girl.
Absolutely.
Because what happens is this: sometimes when you're distracted, and the other girl at the job is distracting him, because she's not that awesome.
Right.
She's okay, but she's new. So when something is new, it's exciting. It's new.
Right off the
You know what I'm
break.
saying?
Right.
Off the break, she's new. But she's not really that exciting because your girl has been your girl for years for a certain reason. So maybe if you devoted 100% of your attention into her,
Yeah.
it might, you might get past that wall and y'all might be able to get y'all groove back.
And the question is, do you want to?
Yeah.
What is it that you want
Yeah.
to do? You know
Yeah.
what I'm
That's the
saying?
question.
You got to be true to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to love you.
Ask your girl if she want to have that threesome. I'm just playing.
Right.
I
Or
know,
he-
you
or
know,
he
right.
could do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Women ain't going for that. You know what I mean? They not going
He
for that.
could, he could do that.
Hey, what? Nah, let's stop. Let's be responsible. Let's be responsible. Let's be responsible. Nah, but you got to have a conversation with her.
Got to have a conversation.
With both of
man.
them. With both of them. Because you got to tell
exactly.
them. I wonder, did he
That's
tell
true.
the girl at the job about his girl? Because the wrong thing to do is when you in a situation like that for you to tell the new girl about what your old girl's not doing.
Can't be
Because
lying.
all you doing is writing her a roadmap of what she need to do to get at you. You know what I'm saying?
no doubt.
She don't pay me no attention. She don't text me at work, when I'm at work. She start complaining, and the next thing you know, the new girl gonna do the things that the old girl ain't doing because you gave her the playbook.
Well, I'm guilty of doing that before.
How'd that work out for you, Smoke? Did you end up with two chickens, one chicken, or no chickens? Tell the
I had
truth.
2 chickens.
Hey, you had two, then what happened in the end? Tell the truth. And shame the devil.
Popeyes went out of business.
They find out. They got a two-piece.
They went out of business.
Two-piece and a biscuit.
Smoke ain't no good. Smoke ended up with nothing.
I can dig it.
Hey,
But you know
listen.
what? But we end up losing in the end.
You end up losing in the
and-
end.
No,
You end up losing.
like so. What you said, like when you have two,
Uh-huh.
you chase 2,
Uh-huh.
you get 2, you that man, you that nigga, you that dude.
For a little
then,
bit.
No, listen, but then you lose that. You're not that dude no more.
That's a lot of
And you
stress.
feel-
It goes like that.
feelings
It
and your
goes
heart's
that.
all involved at that
everything
point,
you like,
you know what I'm
damn,
saying?
It's
you
a
did
lot.
all that for what?
It's a lot of stress, man.
For
It is.
what?
That's a lot of stress,
Just
man.
to say I can do this,
Yeah, it could
and
def-
then once
to
you
feel
do
like
it,
the man
and then,
for a
and
little
then
bit.
you fuck up your whole situation.
Everything's done.
Yeah. Both of them gone.
Everything's done.
I've been there, done that. I'm
Hey,
just trying
listen.
to tell
He
you.
got to
I've
keep it
done
100, man.
I've
Hey,
done it.
listen, we need to move on.
Let's do that.
So you know what we're gonna do?
What we gonna do?
We're gonna do you. I see you.
see
We're gonna
you,
do an
baby.
episode called I See. The way this episode works is sometimes, we bring a lot of hate on me haters and things that's not doing
Right.
things right. But sometimes there's people that's out there that's doing some extraordinary things.
That's right.
And we
Positive
want to let
things.
you know positive things we see.
That's right.
So I'm gonna do something that I never thought in a million years I would do.
Uh-oh.
But I need to do this. Because when somebody does something amazing, you need to let them know that they
Indeed.
did something
Indeed.
amazing.
Indeed.
So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to my ex-wife.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Jennifer Reese. Now she ain't want my last name, but I respect that. But listen, I was in a situation where I was married to the perfect woman. Real talk, real
Okay.
talk. Perfect
Okay.
woman, amazing woman. She's been the same woman 17 years of our relationship.
Wow.
I just have never been the same man. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? Keep it
Right,
real.
right.
I was a boy when we got married, probably around 20 years old, 21 years old, and I changed a lot in that marriage. And I treated this woman horribly bad. Horribly bad. So when we got divorced or when we separated, it was a bad situation. Not just because of the way that I acted, but some of the things verbally that I said about her. You know what I mean? I've said some things verbally that I won't even repeat them back. You know what I mean? Because I'm ashamed of some of the things that I said. But this weekend, my kids moved. My kids moved to Richmond. I was very sad, but they moved to Richmond. And they moved to Richmond because their mother got another opportunity. You know, this area is very expensive. And I think one thing that made me so proud of her is that she's always been the type of person to handle her business. Right. She's always been the type of person that whatever was thrown her way, she's been able to, you know, make lemonade out of lemons. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of if somebody else is helping her out or somebody else is not helping her out. And one thing that I can say is that she is an amazing, amazing mother. I would never want to have, we have 4 children together, 5 children together. 4 naturally and 1 when she came into the relationship. She had a daughter that, you know, for the 17 years we raised together. And I really would like to tell her that I am so proud of you. I am so proud of the woman that you have become. I'm so proud of the things that you have done. I want you to know that I do see you. I understand that us as a couple did not work out, but I definitely want you to know that as it relates to us raising our children together and doing whatever we need to do to make our children better men and better women, I'm here for you. I'm here with you, and I'm so proud of you. Keep on doing what you're doing. God is going to turn things around with you. You got rid of the 0. Your hero is on the way. God's got you. So I see you, Jen. Keep doing yourself, boo.
You know what, man? That's some grown man shit right there.
Hey,
I gotta shake your hand.
Hey, she's a good woman. You know what I mean? She dealt with me for 17 years. You know what I'm saying?
It takes a strong man to admit that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, I mean, that's growth.
You know
what I'm saying? That's growth. And I think she is an amazing woman. You know what I mean? If you can go back and you can change things, a lot of people would change those things. But I think sometimes we can't go back and change things. But what we can do is we can let somebody know that we understand the error of our ways.
That's right.
And we know that, you know, we played a heavy burden in where we are. I played a heavy burden in where we are as a relationship. But as we are in life, God would always take care of us. And I truly believe that God will always honor her for the type of woman that she was, for the commitment that she put into the situation, and for the years of hell that she literally went through dealing with me. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm a better man now, but she's a better woman now because God's got her. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of her. Absolutely.
That's good stuff.
Hey.
I like that.
No, I really like that. So, you know, I'm gonna give you a little intro.
Hey, stop that. I'm getting teary-eyed over here.
Getting
You
sentimental.
know what I'm saying? I
Don't
might
you
have
cry.
problems.
I'll give you a little 5-second intro.
Hey.
Thank you. Get fucked to play.
Jay-Z, rock with Jay-Z. Hey.
Hold your applause. This is your song.
You can't pay Jay no money. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
right.
already broke as it is paying people,
Indeed.
man.
And he will sue you.
Hey, he will. Go ahead, Mark. Who you got?
Okay. All right, so as you all may know, I belong to a motorcycle club.
You do?
All right? Yes, indeed. I love riding, and I know a lot of people out there riding. But I want to give a special shout-out to my motorcycle club, Game 7 Riders MC.
Okay.
Over the holidays, what we do is we do a charity event at TGI Fridays.
Okay.
Where we feed those who are less fortunate. So I wanted to tell my club personally that I'm proud of you guys. You did a great job. We did the thing. We went in. We fed people who needed to be fed. We broke bread with them the whole 9 yards. We cooked for them the whole 9 yards. It was a great opportunity. Shout out to TGI Fridays as well.
Shout out.
They allowed us to come into their house and do things.
Right.
In addition to that, within the MC community, there was another charity event that took place in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
This charity event was hosted by the Ruthless Riders.
They motorcycle gang?
Motorcycle club.
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 Hey, club.
MC.
I just want to know, do y'all wear leather jackets?
Yes, we
man?
do.
Okay,
yes,
okay,
we do.
go ahead.
All right.
Yes.
They're called cuts or colors. All right. So I want to give a special shout out to the Ruthless Riders, a.k.a. the Goons. These brothers and other clubs in the DMV went out and fed people who were less fortunate. Okay. And just to give a few names, if I will, Platinum Dreams, baby. Those lovely ladies in Platinum Dreams.
What they look like? They're amazing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we gotta
these
check them
sisters
out.
ride these bikes.
Hey, maybe you need to bring them up here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Check,
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah. No, you need to bring them up here.
Platinum Dreams. They some bad sisters. Oh, and don't get it twisted. They fine, but they can ride. All right.
Okay.
Bring 'em up
Also,
here.
in addition, we got Maryland Hill Riders.
Okay.
All right. We got Deuces Wild.
Ooh.
Millennium Riders. Sons of Black Caesar.
Okay.
Also, we got the Road Wolves. And,
Okay.
And I want to give a special shout out to my cousin who went down that day right after he left there. he got into an accident and broke his leg up pretty bad. So I want to give a special shout out. Big Crusher, Road Wolves. So I just want to let y'all know, I see you, the MCs in the DMV, baby. Love y'all. I see y'all out there on too. Stay safe. Love you. And that's it for me.
All right, we're going to hit a commercial break. We're going to be back real quick, and we're talking about That's Just My Baby's Daddy. Let's keep it positive. All right, man.
A Valley father will be laid to rest tomorrow, but there's a problem in the hours leading up to his service.
Yeah, it seems family members can't find all of his children because he has so many of them. Not 5, not even 10. We're talking about dozens.
Steve Bodnay spoke with some of those children about the headache and I'd imagine some heartache, and joins us live with the story. Steve?
Yeah, Fields and Carey, Samuel Delbert Whitney passed away last month, and now his family's getting ready to have a memorial service for him here tomorrow at this church in South Phoenix. It's hoped that all of his children will come, although it's not even known how many children Samuel Whitney really has. For many years, Samuel Delbert Whitney operated a wrecking yard in South Phoenix, along with a half-dozen social clubs. He was a busy man.
I'm his stepdaughter. I'm his oldest biological daughter.
And who was Samuel Whitney to you?
My daddy.
Marilyn Whitney, Sandra Whitney, and Lexi Woods all know Samuel Delbert Whitney as Daddy, and they aren't the only ones. Now, Lexi, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
He told me that we had 42, but since his passing, some of the friends that have been around him said that he had 54.
So you have 53.
Listen. I got 5, 6 kids, man.
5, 6.
5, 6 kids, man. You know what I'm saying? And they hit me up crazy.
Right.
So I'm really want to know a man that got 40-something, 50-something kids.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
He ain't got no check.
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't working.
The course just said, you know what? Frig it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's right. It's crazy.
You know.
It's crazy, but you know what? You said something that was real cool. You said something real cool, and you said that it's not just all about the money. You know, sometimes it's about the spending time and everything like that. And we're going to get into that. Before we get into that, I want to tell y'all something funny. So during the break, you know what I mean, my ex hit me up, and she said, I'm a unicorn. They don't build women like me anymore. Hey, shout out. You know what I mean? And she's a unicorn. You know what I mean?
So she's
I was with a unicorn for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? 17.
So you caught a unicorn.
Hey, I couldn't keep riding it, but you got
Well, you gotta grab her by
I
the
couldn't
horn.
stay on, you know.
You gotta grab her by the horn, man.
You can't grab women by the horn nowadays. That's abuse, man. What is wrong?
Some of them like it. Some of them
like it. Huh? But I tell you what, yo, shout out to you, Jen. Hey, but listen, let's do this, man. Let's talk about the difference between a sperm donor and the difference between a daddy. Let's talk about some characteristics.
Okay.
Some characteristics that make you a daddy, and this can really help out some people that maybe they've fallen short. You know what I mean? Because you know my oldest son is about to be 22. He's about to be 22. He's in the Air Force, and for so long we've had a strained relationship. You know what I mean? It was really strained. It was a hard relationship. You know, a lot of times when me and his mother originally divorced, then we had beef. You know what I mean? A lot of times, unfortunately, kids get caught up in that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So some men can fight through that and still be a part of their kid's life. Some men don't. You know what I mean? So what are some things that we need to say are characteristics and some things that we can give those people that are maybe not where they need to be in their kid's life some hope?
Some characteristics of a good father.
A good father.
A good dad. Okay, so I wrote down a few that I believe that are good characteristics that a dad should have.
Okay.
Okay.
Should.
So well, that I have as a dad, because I like to claim that I'm a good dad.
Ladies, I told y'all, Marcus is the man.
Hey, look,
but if you want your world's world, hey, I'm just playing. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, but you know what? Oh, okay, so just a couple of them.
Okay.
Real quick. So I believe that a dad should be patient.
Okay.
I believe that a dad should be patient.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I believe that a good dad should be
true.
fun-loving.
Okay.
You know, fun-loving, because you got
Right.
you know, kids don't understand the serious things all the time. Sometimes you gotta love them. You know, love them and have a good time.
That's true.
Okay, but see, that's difficult too, because when you're talking about fun loving, some people just show love differently.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Indeed.
I'll give you an example. My best friend in high school, his dad was like really military type of person. We grew up in a military base, so his dad was really stern. You know what I mean? There was no "I love yous" or anything like that. Share. You just knew that his father loved him by providing for them and coming home every night, you know what I mean, and working. So, you know, certain things, like I'll give you an example. I went over their house one time for Thanksgiving, and I took my son, he was around 3 or 4 years old, and I gave my son a kiss, kiss on his mouth. You know, he's a young kid. You know, I said, give me a kiss. And I give him a kiss. He said, don't you kiss no boy on his mouth. You are, you know, and he said a derogatory name because I kissed my son on his mouth. He said he was going to grow up funny. You know, I like to tell y'all, he's 22. He's not funny. He's a slayer out there. Stop it. You know what I mean? Treat her right.
But you know what? That's some serious stuff, though, because, you know, we as fathers have to show our sons.
Okay.
We have to show them love. We got to show them what real love between men is.
But a lot of times we feel like we got to show our daughters, but we don't necessarily have to show our sons. I tell you one thing, I believe in showing your daughters that, because you don't want smooth Tony down the street showing her love and affection.
Well, that's showing her the game.
Yeah, he's showing her the game the wrong way, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it is important to show your sons love because I believe, first of all, I believe fathers are like a dying breed. I think that fathers are archaic, and I don't want to say it in the terms that we're just old, but I'll just say it in the terms like there's not a lot around, especially in the black community. When I got married to my ex Jennifer, that was probably the first time in my life that I've seen parents that were married for a certain amount of years. Like, our parents have probably been married for 40, 45, almost 50 years. That was rare to me. I've never seen anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen anything like that. It was just my mother. You know, my mother's been married several times, and that's the only thing I've seen. So to be able to see a positive marriage, like, oh, okay, it's not the norm, but it's possible. You know what I'm saying? It's possible.
Fortunate.
It's fortunate. So I believe, like, sometimes we don't know what love is because there was never a man in our household to show us, you know, what love is. To show us it's okay to hug me. It's okay to tell your sons, I love you. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to discipline your son, but after you discipline him, pick him up and say, I love you. That's why I'm doing this, because it's either I'm going to get to you or the police going to get to you.
That's right.
Which one you want. You know what I mean? So it's difficult. You know, that funness, it's a thin line with that, but I get it.
It is. But you know what? When I say that, I'm not referring to having making your child your friend.
Oh, okay.
You know
Boom. I got
I'm not doing that. No.
Okay.
My daughters know I'm not your friend.
Y'all don't got no secret handshakes and nothing like that?
Nah, but I would. I would. Don't get it twisted. Because I have a good time with my kids.
Okay,
you know
cool.
What I'm saying?
Cool.
I let them know that, yes, I'm your daddy. I'm not your friend. But we're gonna also have a good time.
Okay.
You know, my kids know that, and that's one of the things that we've established throughout their entire life. We have fond memories.
Okay.
But they also know, Daddy don't.
You don't play that.
Nah,
You don't play
nah.
that. You
I
don't
gotta
play that.
check them. See, there's a fine line. There's a line. There's discipline, and then there's the times where we can have a good time. I have a mature conversation with my daughters. They're grown now. You know. And my daughters have been raised properly, you know, and a shout out to their mama as well.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I need both of y'all. All right, so this is real. This is me opening up. This is real. Since I have 6 kids, you know what I mean? If we add them all together, if I have 6 kids, and I'm always one that I've been raised that children don't ever disrespect parents, like ever, like ever.
Indeed.
So my thing is, if my kids don't rock with me, I say I got 6 kids, you know what I mean?
Right.
If I got 5 out of the 6 that rock with me, what's one? If I got 4 out of the 6 what rocks with me, my odds are still good. Now I know you laughing, and I know y'all laughing like it's funny, but I'm being serious, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I'll give an example, like my 17-year-old son right now, he don't like me. Like, we don't talk, we don't have no type of relationship, he don't like me. And the reason why he don't like me is because some of the things that he's seen that I did to his mother, or that we went through in our separation. Right. And my thing is this: until you have walked my shoes, until you have dealt with the demons that I had to deal with in life, you're not even able to judge me. So I'm your father. So in this particular point, you're going to respect me. And if you're not going to respect me, we got 2 options. No, 1, really. No, 2. You're going to do what I say, or you're going to knuckle up. Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Right. Because I'm going to tell you, in my household, that's how things go. The second, there was no father there, but my mother's from Southeast Berry Farms, and she don't play that. Right. The second I disrespected my mother, I woke up 2 hours later. You understand what I'm saying? My mother knocked the hell out of me, and my sister and my brother had to take her off of me. Okay. So what that tells me is that, like, if you big enough to go at your parents, then at that point, you bad enough to fight me.
That's
you know
true.
What I'm saying?
Nah,
so my son disrespected me. So I dealt with him. I literally dealt with him.
Right.
So based upon that, he got his little feelings hurt or whatever. He don't want to deal with me. So the way I see it is this: I let him know I love you. I let him know I care about you. When you're ready to talk about this, we can talk about this. Right. But I don't bow down to no child. Okay. And I don't bow down to my child. So if you mad, you'll be okay. Mm-hmm. And if not, then it is what it is. And I guess we got some misunderstanding. I want to have that relationship with him. But I don't feel like anything that I did was wrong in that instance because that's my upbringing. You don't disrespect your parents.
Right.
Period.
It's all about man pride.
Period.
He has a man pride, and that's why he ain't hollering at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you doing the same thing. It's all. Ain't no wrongs. It is what it is. Straight up. Right. I mean, I know I've been through that.
Hey, there's no love lost. Like I love him more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it hurts me when I get my other kids and he don't want to rock. But I'm not crying about it. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. We pick my other kids up, we party, we have fun, and it is what it is. Yeah. Right. But you know, what you say, Mark? You the one with the wisdom.
To be honest, I believe there's a tactful approach to everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I do agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
There is no option for a child to disrespect his parents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play at all. Mm-hmm. You know. Right. But because we are the parents, we are the ones who have the life experience. We are the ones that will have to have the capacity and the open-mindedness, if you will, to suck it up a little bit.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I totally get what you're saying. But it has to be done in love.
Okay.
You know, you still have to be able to love and hug your husband. Like when my daughter, your husband.
Oh, man,
Hold on, Cletus. Hold on. That was
Mark. Hey, no, hold on. I got you.
I
got you. Are you ready? Tell me when you're ready. Countdown. 5, 4, 3. Go ahead, Mark. Pick it up.
So anyway.
There you go. Pick it up.
You got to make sure your kids, your son,
love your kids,
understand where you're coming from and that it is in fact in love. So nothing you do can be done with the appearance of him being dismissed.
Okay.
You know, I feel what you're saying. I get it. But and my daughter, she was mad at me for a long time because me and her mom, out of all the times that she and I have had arguments, there was one time where I really got out of line because I had reached a certain level.
Okay.
And my daughter saw me, and she was more shocked that I got to that point than anything. And the fact that I disrespected her mom.
Yeah.
You know, so she was pissed at me for a long time, but I had to call her up and say, look, you not talking to me is not an option. You are my child. Yeah. You're my daughter. You know, so we need to talk about this. We need to fix it. Understand, I'm still your daddy. You know, and there is a certain level of respect that you will have for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so that's the bottom line. But I'm willing to listen to you and understand where you're coming from, but watch your mouth.
I respect that. I think it's going to come to a point where we'll sit down at some point. You know, we'll talk at some point. I realize things can be done differently. You know what I'm saying? And I realize that at the end of the day, I just want my son to know that I love him. I just want him to know that I do love him. I want him to know that I don't see my other children as more important than he is. Right. And there's pettiness on my end that I need to pray about it and work it out. Because I'll do things like come Christmas, I'll get his siblings Christmas presents, but I ain't buying him nothing. If you don't rock with me, you don't rock with me. You know what I'm saying? So there's things on my end that I could change more or less, like a peace offering or things like that. Right. So you to understand that just because, you know, we got some things at odds with us, you still my child. You know what I mean? I still rock with you. If you had an issue or if something came up with you, I'm still going to be there for you. And, you know, occasionally I send him texts every now and then, let him know that I love him. I don't know if he changed his number. Like, we don't talk. I don't know if he still get him. But I make the effort, you know what I mean? So that'll change. What are some other characteristics you got?
Well, you know, I also believe that, and I wrote it in my book, I believe that a father should be firm.
Firm.
Okay. I believe that a father should be firm.
To what level? So in my instance, I'm being firm, but should we be firm enough that we're not kind of like casting our children away or making them feel unloved?
Absolutely. I don't think that casting them away is an option, because here's the thing. You can use this as a teaching point, because see, you have sons. So you're teaching your son how to be a man. Okay? And we are the black men nowadays, for some reason, we have been so separated and so I don't know the word, but it's just we lack the fatherhood.
Okay.
You know, and it's unfortunate that we have a lot of fathers out there that are not doing right by their sons, man.
True.
You know, and that's why we got a lot of boys out here who don't know any better. They don't have anything on their mind. So I think that you could take this opportunity and teach him and use it as a teaching point as to how he can go about dealing with things in the future as far as trials and tribulations are concerned, arguments, how he's going to deal with conflict on the job, because he might have a situation where an authoritative figure, i.e. his boss, you know, might come at him a certain type of way. He has to learn how to deal with that. And I think that you as his dad can teach him right now something that can probably affect him in a positive way years from now.
You know what?
Him grow.
You know what I feel, and I love your list. I think the only thing I would like to add to the patience and the kind-hearted and everything else you have on that list is that it's important to be present. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
I think that's important to be present. And I think sometimes, and I'm only talking for myself. Sometimes, you know, life situations get the best of you, and life situations get the best of you. You handle things a different way. You know what I mean? But what I'm working on, and what I think is very important, is to always be there and be present for your children, whether it's an hour you can give them, whether it's, you know, just calling them routinely, letting them know you care about them, the weekends or however time you get, is to kind of show up and do what you need to do. And what I'm learning is that, you know, sometimes you don't have to have a whole bunch of money for you and your kids to have fun. It used to be like I didn't want to come around my kids if I didn't have money, because I wanted to be the fun parent. When you came with me, I wanted to make sure we went to all the cool places, we saw all the cool movies, we did all the things that maybe you didn't do all that week. But when the funds was low, you know, I saw myself slacking back and not being able to give my kids the time that they wanted. But then what I found out is that when we hung out anyway and we have no money, we made the best out of it. We was doing things like we get on Google or whatever and we find things to do for free. You know what I mean? Or we just crash situation and we have fun. You know what I mean? So what I am seeing that being present is important to your kids. Just being there, letting them know that you love them. You know, one thing that I really think is cool is I have a great relationship with my son, my middle son. His name is Cozy. You know, we text and we talk all the time. And I really learn a lot about life. You can learn a lot about life through kids, man.
Indeed.
Through kids, you can, like, you think that sometimes as parents you're teaching your kids, but sometimes your kids can be teaching you. And what I learned through those conversations is sometimes it's the simplest, smallest things that get children excited and let children just know that they're thankful that you're here. And I tell you one thing, I want to shout out my son. He gave me a lot of confidence, and he gave me a lot of faith through a dark time in my life, to understand that regardless of whatever, he had my back, you know what I mean? And when I lost my job and I got my job back, I mean, a new job, he was the first person to call me saying, "Dad, I'm proud of you. You know, Dad, you're going to do awesome at your job," and things like that. And literally, when I got off the phone with him, I started crying, because it's the little things when you think that maybe you're failing your kids because you're not giving them everything that you want to give them. You know, Christmas time is coming up, and sometimes people think like the seasons is about giving them everything. Sometimes just giving your kids you, or giving them love that they don't have is everything. So I know we got to close this in a couple, and you got something that you need to talk to them about. So go ahead, Mark. Mark, talk to him real quick.
So listen, let me tell y'all. Okay, so we were talking about what makes a daddy, or the difference between a daddy and a sperm donor. All right, can I talk to? I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit.
We
about
got 2
that.
minutes. Talk to
my
him, Mark.
opinion, real quick. But first of all, I want to tell you that there are 2 similarities, in my opinion.
That's all that matters.
In my opinion, there are 2 similarities between a daddy and a sperm donor. And I'm gonna get into it later in another show. But the first similarities is you both have the same worth.
Okay.
Have the same worth, and they both will impact their kids.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what exactly do I mean by the same worth? Okay, worth, and I would have to break down what worth and value is, but look it up. But we have the same worth. In other words, we both are men.
Okay.
Okay. We both have been given the gift from God to procreate, to reproduce. All right. So that's something that we both have in common. Okay. Me as a good daddy and the deadbeat dad. Okay. Okay. Or the sperm donor. Right. Okay. So we both are men. We can do that. We both have an impact, whether it's positive or negative, in our kids' lives. Okay. All right. So those are the similarities. Now the differences in this is the daddy has value.
Okay. Value.
That daddy has value. The sperm donor has no value.
No value at all.
No value. Okay. And the sperm donor doesn't understand what value is. The daddy does. Okay. He understands the value of life. He understands that. Okay. And then the daddy is selfless.
Okay.
The sperm donor is selfish.
Selfish.
So there's some change.
I already knew where you was going.
Okay.
So
those are my
sense.
things.
So I want to tell y'all this. 15
agree
seconds
with
and wrapping this up. If you a sperm donor, you're not where you want to be in your kid's life. We all make mistakes. You know, we all make mistakes. We got to be men. Sometimes we got to admit to our mistakes. We got to change some things. But if your kids are still living, and you still have a chance to be a better father out there. So there's
Go get
never
your
no
kids.
time better than the presence. Go out there, get your kids, call your kids, tell them you love them, and
That's
do what
right.
you need to do. Stop being a deadbeat and become a dad.
That's right.
Like
And-
Marcus. And Smoke.
And ladies, stop the bullshit. Okay? Let your baby's daddy be a daddy. All
Hey.
right? Stop the drama, stop the mess. You're not together, get over it.
Cut them checks, though, man. Cut them checks. You gotta cut
Fathers,
them
you gotta
checks.
pay you. You gotta
Hey,
pay.
I got a check coming your way, Jen the 30th. I tell you what. Thank y'all for joining the Gentleman
look,
Sweep
we'll see
Show
y'all
Fun
next
Radio.
week.
Next week we talking about long distance dating.
Yes, indeed. That's
Hey,
gonna be fun.
we're gonna talk about it. See y'all next Monday. We out.
Deuces.
Fun Radio.
We play with money machines, filming up out of the screen.